I'm heading out here. I'm looking for a cattle guard on the right side of the road. That'll be my marker for the road that I gotta turn off on to get over to this, my location of the trailhead. Cattle guard right there, I believe. I've only been by here one time before. I'm trying to remember what it was like. This is what I'm a little concerned about. This road out through here, we've had some rains. There could be some sections washed out. Well, the road out through here is considerably better than it was in January. Well, I was a little worried about coming out here because it's been rainy for a little while. And I thought it could be muddy out here, or the gullies could be too big to get through. I thought I was going to be high centered or stuck or whatever a number of times, but we're coming right up here to the trailhead. Just got to go down here and cross this wash to the parking for the trailhead here. Cane Wash is what this is. Get across all this rigmarole. All right, time to pack up my gear and get my pack on, get out of here. I got the Beast here, and this is the thinner one. This is the 3-season Beast, 2-inch thick pad instead of the 3-inch that I've been using. And I've got it in its bag. It has some space along the edges, so my theory is I'm going to try to see if I can get everything virtually that I need inside this bag, and I got to pack it up on top of the mountain here to where I'm going to go camping. So my idea, I wish I could show you where I was going up this mountain. It looks, when you look at it from here, it looks like it's not even possible, but it is. I mean, it looks like it's just sheer cliffs, but there's one little narrow spot that you can get up on top from here. And it's the only place you can get on top from anywhere. It's, you know, it's cliffs all the way around for miles and miles and miles. And this air is just full of bugs. Springtime has hit the desert. I'm gonna get my dinner just by sucking in bugs here. So I'm not gonna take any blanket, no Osni cloak, no fleece. I'm trying to go as light as I can because it's gonna be a tough climb. Because I'm taking the Beast with me, I feel like I should be able to, I'll be plenty warm underneath. Like half my body is going to be plenty warm. And so I'm just going to take kind of an experimental blanket, a little quilt. It's kind of a torso quilt. So here's how big this quilt is. I guess it's a little bit bigger than torso size, but I take from my head down, it goes to about my knees, from head to knees. And I'm figuring by laying on the Beast, I'm going to be plenty warm underneath. So that'll do me the trick. Up on top of there, it's a lot of just open rock. I just got to do the best I can. Yeah, is just take this thing and stuff it in here. I want to make sure that I've got something soft against my back here. I don't have to worry about up here that much, mostly down here. So now this whole section up here I can put in gear. My little fry pan deal here, got some ramen noodles, some eggs, scrub pad, some fish, herring, some grits for in the morning. So right there, that'll be part of my food. I'm going to put this pie tin on top. I need to get one of Steve's deluxe tins from his website, the Firebox stove. I'm using my old junker tins. Anyway, so that'll be a good part of my food right there. Some Bush's baked beans, taking some fruit cocktail, some tropical fruit cocktail. And I'm taking a piece, this is 3 pieces of pork chops. Now you might want to be asking, well, you're taking canned food with all that water and everything in there? Well, here's the deal. Up on there, well, even out here, there's no water. Up on there, there's less water. Well, there's no water. Now, I might get lucky because it's rained a little. There might be some potholes with some, but there's no guarantee. Once I hike all the way up there, it's too late. It's too late if I need water and I didn't bring any. So I got to bring water. So I'm bringing it in my food. Taking my liquid as part of the food I'm taking. Because this is different than a lot of places you might go. You know, every bit of water you need, you got to take with you. I've got a decent amount of space to try to put some things. Now I know that's going to fill up really fast once I start putting all this stuff in there, but I just got to do what I can. And this is, this is an experiment here. We're just going to see what happens. Fry pan and all that stuff in there. This is in a very heavy duty Ziploc bag, which I'll tell you about later, maybe. My 3 canned items here. And they'll nest right in there really nicely right there. Stuff that you don't see that I carry is all the camera gear. Extra batteries, extra cards, lighting, tripods, all that stuff. You know, you're not going to see that because I got to use that on the... That's being used on the side, but I still got to carry it with me besides this stuff. I decided to take me a couple of these Easy Clip middies because the little torso blanket I've got doesn't have any snaps or anything. Might be windy up on top, and I don't want it to blow like off the cliff. It's really debating about whether to take the little silky pocket boy saw, but man, I don't know. I'd rather have it than not. Now I've also got a headlamp that I'm going to take. Just kind of put that on top. Selfie stick, I probably don't even need that, but it's kind of ridiculous. And I've got a little pocket survival kit with first aid and various other things. And now I take my little toothbrush set and all that sort of malarkey. Put a bottle of Powerade in here. And got some battery charging apparatus in there and stuff like that. And I gotta zip this thing shut before I put anything else in there. I'm gonna lash that down on there, right there, and that will be my backpack. Hang on here. Suck that down in there a little bit because that's soft on that side. That's this part right down here on the bottom side is what's gonna go against my back. I keep saying one of these days I'm gonna put some toggles on this thing, and I have yet to do it. Then we'll go through the bottom, little loop up here. I'll go through. So the pack is now secured on here. So that will keep that on there, right there. And then I can go underneath these straps here. So I'm carrying between my food and this right here, I'm carrying a good bit of water, weight with me. In fact, probably water's probably what I'm carrying more than anything. I've got more weight on here than I planned to have. Well, I'm going to try to make some good time getting up against the mountain here. I got a big wash I got to hit up here and follow that up near the base of the mountain, and I got to cut out of that to catch my trail up there. I hope I can remember where I got to turn off. It's not marked. I really want to get up on top before it gets too dark. It's beautiful country out here though, right? I'll tell you what, I just love it. All right, we're going up on top of that flat mesa up there. Well, I see quite a bit of fresh deer track out through here, wandering everywhere. And I plan to camp, probably, if it's feasible, somewhere right out here on this point. Well, this is an old bulldozer cut from back in the mining day. I think when they were mining or looking for uranium. So I believe when this happened. This part of the bulldozer cut here, see part of the mountain caved off and pretty well covered it up. Man, I love it up here. It's phenomenal. And don't make fun of me 'cause I'm breathing. You know, a lot of times people watch my videos and they make a comment like, you need to go see a doctor. You know, while y'all come up here and do this, tell me, you know, to breathe a little bit, you know what I mean? Going right back up there on top. Through there, about where the shadow from the sun casts, is about where I park the truck. Well, I'm trying to beat the sunset, but daggum if it isn't going to be close. Just a trail back and forth through loose rocks. All right, I'm here. Holy cow. Well, there is a little bit of water up here. Might could scrape up a gallon here and there maybe. Maybe I could have carried less water. But, man, you just don't know. Rocky, rocky, rocky. And windy. What I didn't bring that I just remembered is a poncho. I was going to bring one for wind protection. I didn't. And what a sight. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous out here. I mean, I could do it about anywhere, but ideally I'd like to be a little sheltered from the wind. Especially since I didn't bring my poncho. What a doughhead. We make ponchos, you know. We make them. That little spot right here. It's kind of down in a little bit. You know, if it's raining, I wouldn't want to be here because the water collects here. Time to lay it out. Yeah, I don't think the ground's wet enough to have to worry too much about it. There we go. Real tree extra or woodland urban. I'll throw that on there so the wind doesn't blow it away. Here, a little out of the wind, the edge of this little cliff kind of thing here. Yeah, I say a little bit out of the wind, but perhaps not enough. This will be a little challenging here. Rotate that stuff up just a little bit so that we can get some other stuff burning here. I believe we're good to go now. Thinking about maybe moving my bed down here, I don't know. It's only about 20 or 30 feet away. It's up on top a little bit, and I think maybe I might like this better. Well, I'm getting my fire going. Well, I got my fire going. What am I talking about? The fire is going. Alright, let's get into the fry pan case here and just get out some of my goodies that I don't need right now. Get myself a little meat. Throw in there. I'm gonna let that meat cook right here on in the fire, and then once that's cooked a little bit, I'm gonna dump some beans in there so I can have my pork and beans. So basically we're gonna have pork chops and beans. My Swiss Army knife here, it's got my integrated can opener, so I can just run this around real quick. Well, the meat's starting to cook a little bit here. One thing I like about the pie tins is they offer you an opportunity to cook from both sides. You know, so if you really want to speed up the process and everything, you know, you have heat underneath, put the pie tin on, and put a couple chunks of coals on top. All right. These little thin rocks have heated up totally from the hot coals underneath. I could bring some tongs, or I can just do my own thing just like that. Use my Swiss Army knife as a pot lifter. I believe we're done. That's cooked through just perfect. And of course it's a little hot. I got a friend of mine, his wife, when they watch my videos and I'm cutting something like this and gonna eat it, she'll say to her husband, "He's gonna burn his mouth, he's gonna burn his mouth, that's hot." Sure enough. Telling you what, you gotta love it, man. There is nothing like camping. Well, there's plenty of water in this little hole here. Take that back for dishwashing right there. The water was like more than hot enough a while ago. So I went stargazing for a while I waited for the water to cool off. So I'm going to be stargazing as soon as I get done here. Lay on the beach looking up into the heavens. Well, here's my bed. I moved it up here onto the rocks. I wish I could show you everything I can see. The skies are just absolutely filled with stars. There's no other light out here anywhere. And no moon tonight. So I moved up here so I can lay on the beach in my bed and look up at the stars and fall asleep that way. I'm out on this point, and there's a good possibility that I might be able to get some really nice sunrise shots right out here on the point. Might enjoy the view. Well, I get some really hot coals. This fire's been going for a couple hours while I've been out hiking around, exploring a little bit. I'm going to put that rock right there, just a thin flat rock. I'll set my fry pan on top of there, and that'll allow me to cook over the coals without being too darn hot. Look at that. Cook over the campfire. It's pretty daggum hot. Look at that. it's actually cooked evenly. The top and bottom are pretty even. I would say that that's done. I think my hike in may have been just slightly abusive on the eggs. But they made it pretty well intact. All right, we'll let those go. No sense eating over in the kitchen by the fire, by the hot stove. I mean, you know, when you got a choice of places to eat, might as well go out to the formal dining room. Not many people get to have breakfast at a place like this. Man, it's some country. Big country out here. This ledge is nice to use to keep everything out of the sun. Everything kind of cooled down last night. It got down to about 42. So now, stack that underneath the rocks there to keep the sun from coming on it, to keep it reasonably cool. I mean, when I stood out here, absolute blackness. The stars were just so many of them. I just decided I didn't want to lay in the trees, so I pulled it up here and laid the beast down right here, and I just laid back and I just looked at the stars till I fell asleep. Thought I might do a little recap of the beast. Now this is the 2-inch one, so this is I call it the 3 season. Now, it may have nothing to do with season. You might want the 3-inch for extra comfort. But, you know, you look at the ground, and actually even look at that right there, that hole over here. I mean, that's where I slept. And see how the rock is just up and down and bumpy and all that? Never bothered me a bit. I had a great sleep. If you're used to fighting the old foam pads in the olden days and all that and trying to get them done up, well, you can forget about that, because this is just as easy as it can be right here. Loosen it up a little bit and snap it in. Then just give her a tug. I've just tied my straps together to make a handle. Look at that, I'm like 9 or 10 inches diameter on a 2-inch pad, full body length. So I mean, that's not bad at all. And realistically, it's really not that heavy. Before I go, I'm going to hydrate. And part of my hydration is going to be a fruit cocktail fruit mix. I mean, this thing is practically, with the fruit and the water, the juice that's in, everything, this thing is practically like drinking a cup of water. Well, no, probably 2 cups of water. So it's a way to hydrate and get some sugars and stuff like that in your system. I like these little Go Bites Duo. The spoon just nests into the fork, just like that. So it keeps them together. I actually keep these in a pocket in my pants all the time, so I always have them. The other thing you can do is you can reverse them, so you make like a spork, a long handle one that could go deep in pouches and stuff. One of the most common comments I get about what I do is people wanting to know why I go out by myself camping. And my most common answer is, it's easy, I don't like people. you know. I really do like people, but that's my half tongue-in-cheek answer, I guess. You know, a lot of what I do is I'm testing, researching, you know, gear and different things, stuff I do. A lot of times, for a lot of that, it's easier just to do it yourself. Or another person with you might get bored, you know, like, oh, when are you going to get done with that? When are we going to go do something else, you know? So bottom line, if I go with somebody, it's usually just a fun camp. If I'm by myself, I do a lot of work. Gives me a chance to think. I'm not by myself, there's nobody to talk to. You look around, you see things, think about them. Just think about life in general, whatever. And I'm not opposed to somebody coming camping with me. I got people that for 4 or 5 years, every time they see me, like, man, I'm going to go camping with you. I'm just going to make some time. Never happens. Some people say to me, well, don't you get scared out there by yourself? I don't really have a reason to be more scared by myself than with somebody. I mean, something's going to happen. I don't know if having 2 people there is going to change it. I don't like to go camping where everybody else is. I don't like a campground. But if I'm going, like up here, there ain't nobody else up here. Nobody. There's not a soul on this mountain. You know, camping is therapy. Personally, what I absolutely love is a hammock with nothing over you. I like my beast, like last night, laying right up on the rocks, right on the very top of this mountain right here, looking at the stars, you know. I don't like anything over me. I like to be able to look around. I'm still following along this deer trail. Seems like they know what they're doing. Sometimes I wonder, why did it veer this way or that way? Then I find out, oh, they went around a drop off. Straight on up through there. Should take me to the edge of where it looks steeply down into the Virgin Springs Canyon. I think I'm getting close to the edge here. Come out into some more rock, quite a bit of little ponds, and quite a collection here. Sadly, they're not very deep though. 4 to 6 inches, usually about it. Now looking down in the canyon, this is the start of the canyon. Well, I was thinking there might be some kind of draw that takes you down into that canyon, but I don't see it. It's not like it's really hot. It's only maybe 70 something. Well, out on that point was my camp. And back over here is where I came up. And it doesn't even look like you could come up there, but we do. Well, I'm leaving it in the background on my way out here. I'm back. Oh yeah. Ice cold A&W. Here we go, bottoms up. I was up there, up on there, went way the heck up that way. I've been all over, man, all over. Now I don't have to have dinner tonight. After all the eating those CMs I'm inhaling. Man, they are thick. They were up there on top too, but up there the breeze was blowing enough most of the time to keep them off you, but there ain't no breeze down here. They are not too pleasant.